Hello all, Rick here looking at the mysteries around the Borg. There are many questions that emerged from the existence of the Borg Queen. For example, did she always exist in the hive mind? Or is she actually in control of the collective? It's commonly summarised that the Queen acts as a sort of processor for the collective mind. I too have referred to this, and while it is true that that is one of her main duties as Queen, it does not really capture everything she is. We know that the Queen seems to maintain a consistent memory and personality throughout her incarnations, but that she does indeed reappear when defeated. It is speculation, however, if there is only ever a single Queen in operation, or if there are multiple that all share the role and even their thoughts. It's likely that one exists at a time, with another emerging from the collective drawn from the assimilated species 125. Evidence for this is the existence of the Queen cell aboard numerous cubes that comes equipped with a spatial trajector that facilitates travel among the cubes. If the Queen could manifest freely within the collective, then there would be little need for such a transportation device. However, with at least 2 reported times that the Queen has been defeated and her continual existence into 2401, it looks like the collective simply manifested a new one to replace the prior, downloading her mind into a new form. We also know that the Queen was not responsible for the creation of the Borg Collective, and in fact the species that formally occupies the status as Queen is labelled 125, so it's an early addition to the Borg but not the first. Her personality and existence is formed by the collective will, but the question remains, was the first Queen's personality overlaid onto the Borg, or does it exist as a manifestation of the collective's will? The most common assumption is the latter, with every trait she exhibits tailored from the hive mind itself, and she herself is adapted to fit the role. So what exactly does the Borg Queen do? The Queen's functions are numerous, but include to act as a point of contact for the collective Borg in the rare circumstance where negotiations are required. Whether directly or indirectly through a collective or an assimilated avatar like Locutus, the Queen bears a greater decision-making capability than her drones. This level of control overrides the baseline operations of the hive mind, as she can call off assimilations and much more. In this act, she operates to direct the higher level decisions of the collective based on the telemetry she receives from the incalculable number of drones. In this way, she basically operates as the entire Admiralty of Starfleet, while individual cubes' local minds act more independently. This means that she's not aware of all things at all times, but she could be, by transferring a live feed from any drone, ship or base. A part of her mind also serves as the primary monitoring function. She oversees the status of all connected ships as well as the health of the transwarp network itself. If something showed an error, she could access it immediately for a deeper investigation, then order repairs conducted. While drones can establish their own hive minds and operate perfectly well in groups, when she is present, all command processes seem to default through her, and her unexpected removal induces chaos. Basically, always eject your Queen before you unplug her. However, she does possess some level of individuality. This is most clearly witnessed in the disconnected Borg Queen seen in the Confederation of Earth universe. Here, the Queen was more erratic without the hive mind, and her goal was to establish it again as soon as possible by assimilating new drones. This could be an extension of any disconnected drone's reassertion of individuality, or simply the echoes of the hive mind imprinted on her. After all, her primary exhibited emotions were to be merciless, manipulative, and calm so long as things were proceeding as planned. She also exhibited curiosity and a desire to learn, but only so through the processes of assimilation, and most of these traits can be applied to the overall Borg Collective. The Queen also does not consider herself as an individual in truth, as when questioned, she has stated that she is the Collective, she is the Borg. There is no disparity between her decisions and the will of the hive mind and other such analogies. At numerous times throughout her existence, it has been hinted that there is a buried loneliness to her. Where this manifests from is unknown, but it has fueled her on at least 4 occasions to seek out an equal to share her existence with. First off was Locutus, the assimilated Picard who she intended to elevate to something near her own existence but was forced to turn him into a puppet as Picard resisted. Then there was Data, whose existence she saw as singular too. Following this was 7 of 9, whose liberation and following experiences also made her stand out. And finally, there was the desire to merge with the mind of Agnes Jurati from the alternate Queen, which was done in an attempt to begin to create a new hive mind. This urge to find an equal might be some byproduct of the Borg's mind, a desire to assimilate all to unify into a perfect family. Or it could be the manifestation of the countless assimilated souls, creating this sense of isolation in their avatar, a weakness the Borg did not account for caused by their methods. Or it could be that the Queen retains more will than assumed, and she really does guide the entire collective on her whim as its leader, answerable to no hive mind functions at all. Now, the real function of the Borg Queen is simply to give the Borg an antagonistic face for the heroes to struggle against for the film First Contact. Ronald Moore has also stated that the Queen was to be a literal person and not the manifestation of the collective hive mind, but subsequent works have added more to this personification angle to her. Personally, I think the Avatar angle is more compelling, as it raises so many more complexities within the collective, and looking into just where she ends and the hive mind begins is a fun topic to study. And I don't want a definitive answer either. Just as the Borg's origin is mysterious, and if we ever do get an origin for them, I'd like something else thrown in last minute that adds a huge amount of doubt to any reveal, to keep it unverified, as this drives the continual fascination with the Borg even after their supposed final defeat in Picard Season 3. What do you think? The Borg Queen herself is often regarded as something that actually undid a lot of menace for the Borg, but I think some interpretations of her do a lot to add to them as a whole. Resistance to her inclusion is ultimately futile anyway, but it's fun to speculate on the levels of individual will she maintains among the collective, and I'm not sure what is more tragic. If her desire for a companion is an echo of an assimilated individual, or the manifestation of the inner despair and isolation of the individuals within the collective. Thanks for watching this video, looking into the role of the Queen among the Borg. I've been Rick, and until the next one, thanks again, and goodbye.